What the hell? 1,700 subs in a day. You guys are crazy. Thank you. Let's go for a run. Just the usual easy 25 on a Monday in the lovely British summer weather. I did have a question for you all though. For those who are a little bit more in the know than me, Philly very kindly bought me a pair of 1080 New Balances when my old pair, my old Hokers, kind of ran out of mile. Obviously, she's locked in to New Balance, can't wear anything else. But I'm obviously not. I'm not an elite runner. I can wear whatever I like, but I have no idea what else is out there really. So pop in the comments below your suggestions of easy shoes, preferably neutral. I've worn Cliftons and I've also worn 1080s and they tend to be quite neutral shoes. So anything in that wheelhouse for an easy run. And then when I start looking at doing more sessions, when they start getting faster again, any suggestions of a faster shoe? Doesn't have to be carbon, but something I can use on a session maybe. Let me know. Now, am I weird that Monday is one of my favourite days? I don't know what it is. I get so much work done on Monday. I've rough edited my next video. I have basically rough cut the video for Philly's channel. I've done a load of admin. I've gone for my run, had lunch. I just feel very productive. And some exciting news, bit of an odd one. I've got a voiceover job. So the first voiceover of 2023, which is great. It was a very slow start to the year, but it's a strange one. So normally the way that it works, right, is that either you go to a studio in London or Manchester and the client's either on the phone or they're in person, or I have my own home studio, which I'll show you the setup of that on Wednesday. So I'm doing this job in my home studio with my mic, but there's no client phoning in. Normally I have my laptop, they phone in, they're listening, they're giving a few notes, but they just want me to read it 3 times, record it, send it their way, and that's it. Which is quite good. It doesn't normally happen. I'll take you along. Not that there's much to show, but I'll show you kind of how I set up myself in my little booth. Now, I'm gonna go pick up Philly from the station because she was in London this morning filming and recording a podcast with the running channel, which is really cool. But before I leave, by the time this video comes out, they would have been well out. But go grab yourself a PB's all-round hoodie or sweat or bag or t-shirt, whatever you fancy, but they are out now. Do you want a hoodie? Do you want a hoodie? Oh, I don't think so. I'm already grey. You're cute though.
First you're late, then you lock me out of the car. What is this? Where have you been?
It literally took me completely the wrong way.
Really?
And then I hit every single red light.
This is a very stuffy train. I feel a bit sicky. Just doing work on my laptop. La, 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 la.
So in preparation for tomorrow and doing this voiceover gig, I've just set up my booth for today. I just attach it with hooks on the ceiling, which I've put into the beam there, and then there's a hook on the wall, which I just hook across. Now this isn't the perfect solution. I'm planning on putting like a rail on this one because these aren't attached to anything because there isn't a beam there. So I'm planning on making like a shower rail on the top so that I can hang this up to the ceiling. Something else that's not ideal, which I need to get to, but I want to paint the room first. What I need to do before that, and hopefully it sounds a lot more dampened in here, sound dampened, is that these walls really need some treatment as well. So I'm gonna buy some nice soundproofing hexagons to stick on the wall, but obviously because they stick on the wall, you know, I can't then paint. And as I was just filming that, just got a text from my agent saying that I've been shortlisted for another voiceover job. So fingers crossed that one comes through, because that one would be quite a big one. That would be nice. It'd be nice to get a big one.
Oh no, there wasn't a keep outside on the other side, so that's a bit weird. There was a tree that fell down just down there, so maybe they just put that there just to get people to keep out. But yeah, I hope I didn't annoy any birds. Won't be coming this way again. Just 35 easy on deck today. Just taking it really slow because I've got a session on Friday, so I thought just be really careful with everything, especially with my foot still. So yeah, let's get it.
Ooh, it is a busy one today. So we started off the day with a merch meeting in the morning. We then went out for our runs. I'm back, Philly's still running. And then I've got quite a lot to do today. Let me look at my list. I need to look over the merch site so that Philly can go in and edit all the text for the drop that's happening a week before this video comes out. That's confusing. And I want to get a edit of her video. Then I've got a sports shoes video that I need to finish. That's only minor tweaks, which is good. So I can send that off for feedback as well. Then I've got the voiceover. So I've got the script. So I need to print it out and I need to rehearse it. I've actually been given till Friday to finish it. So I won't record it today. I'll give myself an hour or two to go through and rehearse it today. And then I'll record that tomorrow. I found out what it was specifically. It's not particularly secretive. You don't need to know exactly what the project is to do some of these voiceover projects. They will just give you the script, the tone they want it in, and then they give you free range. But I have found out that it's basically a documentary. It's a foreign documentary. If you want to listen to it without subtitles, there's always dubbing. You see it a lot on cartoons and even in films. It's in a foreign language. So I am dubbing for, I don't exactly know who it is. I think it's a specialist on the subject of the documentary that I'm dubbing. It's going to be on a big streaming site coming soon, which is cool. My first documentary, which is nice. Let's get on with the rest of today.
What time is it?
8:52.
What are we doing?
Watching a YouTube video that's not ready. It's fine. It's not coming out till Sunday, but we've got to work on it now.
Another day, another session. We are out filming another video for Philly's channel, looking at some really good workouts for half marathon training. So that might be a bit relevant to me soon, which is a bit mad. Yeah, what's that? Oh, merch. PhillyBowderMerch.com. You ready for your big sesh? I'm gonna tell the people what it is. I have to watch the video. And of course, we bring the second camera angles. Uh-oh, she's gone sports bra. Damn, she's hench. Just got out of the booth. I spent about 45 minutes in there doing lines because it's a home session. I have to cut it, take out all the mistakes, take out any kind of big breaths, and then I'll send it to my agent. And then what she will do is she will send it on to the client and hopefully they will greenlight it, they'll okay it. Good little job. Probably gonna take me about an hour and a half in total, but yeah, nice to have my first voiceover of the year. Philly's mum and stepdad are coming for the weekend, so it's gonna be nice to hopefully take a bit of time off to relax, kind of go out for dinner and kind of show them around a little bit. They've only been here once when we moved up here, so it'll be really nice for them to kind of see us moved in properly, living in the house. So that will just be nice to, yeah, just to take a little bit of time off, relax. So first session tomorrow. Let's go. Well, we have a session on deck today. It's a reasonably simple one. Philly has gone easy on me for this first one, but still a session. Still a big goal after 3 weeks back running. This is the first session. It was meant to be last week, but I got a little bit ill, so I thought I'd be a bit more cautious and just do an easy run last week. But we are now on a session. Let's go through it. Very simple. It's kind of a fun session actually, and I think I'm not a coach, but I think if there's any beginners out there who want a little kind of gateway into sessions, this is a really fun one to do. So obviously I've got the obligatory warm-up, which for me is about 10 to 13 minutes. I tend to do a mile and a bit bit. There's like a bench in the middle wood that I stop at, which is about just over a mile. And then obviously a cool down, which tends to change a little bit more depending on how absolutely pooped I am. I try to get 10 minutes, but the session itself really calls it a 2 mile beat the clock. So basically you run at a steady pace for the first mile, something that you're happy to run another mile in. And then the game is, for the second mile, you then just have to beat that. You have to beat the speed that you did in the first mile. And you can take this as cautiously as you like. I'm going to take it reasonably cautious today. I think, and I could be completely off, think I'm going to go for like 9:30 minute miling for the first one. So about half a minute faster than my easy pace, and then probably clip it down to 9, high 8s for the second mile. We'll see. I genuinely have no idea how fit I am at the moment. So that could be all complete rubbish. And something I find difficult, which I was getting used to when I was running beforehand, is feeling the pace. Philly coaches a lot on feel, which is, I think, is the perfect thing you have to do, but it's not an easy thing to do. You really need to kind of tune into your body and understand that a certain pace might feel different on a certain day. At this time, times don't really mean anything. It's just to start to push myself again into doing some faster stuff, and obviously pushing up that fitness a little bit. So let's get it. There you go, warm up done. Just under 13 minutes. 1.17 miles, just kept it really easy, mid to high 10s. I want to give my body the best chance to kind of push itself today, so just making sure it's nice and warm, but not pushing myself too much. I'll do a couple of drills for my ankles, because those are the places that get really tight, and then yeah, we'll give it a go. Oh, there you go. Oh. That felt good, like in a tough way. Really pushed myself in the last mile. I definitely went out too slow, I think, way too conservative, because I was clipping it along at, actually, let's have a look at splits. First mile was 9:18, which was a bit faster than I expected, and I was like, but then I ran an 8:21 for the second mile, so a whole minute faster. So, which tells me that maybe I went out a bit too conservative, but I'm not. I'm really happy with it though. It means that I'm farther along than I thought, and like sustaining a mile for 8:20 pace was, I don't know, it seemed like a bit too fast for me at the moment, but felt good. I feel like I made sure the first one was comfortable, and then the second one was just slightly uncomfortable in a really good way. So yeah, really happy with that. Now I've got to cool down and get home. Oh, that was a weird cool down. My watch was telling me that I was going at like 12-minute pace, which I was very okay with. When I was coming close to the end of the mile cool down, I was looking and I was like, it says 9 minutes I've been running. I ended up doing my cool down in a 9:57, which should have been going a bit slower than that, going faster than my warm up. So yeah, maybe I was just excited because I finally had some pace. Finally got to run a little bit quicker, and I just decided to, but yeah, strange. All right, I'm off to buy a stamp.
Happy Sunday! How is it Sunday already? It's mad. These weeks seem to be going so quickly. I feel like filming, I don't know, gives me kind of a marker of how many weeks are going by, and this will be my 3rd video, which is bizarre. I'm talking to the camera! It's funny, in this household, you have to really kind of be careful when you shout at the other person if they're talking. You might think that they're talking to you, but 50% of the time we're talking to a camera, so yeah, we get interrupted a lot. But, why are we in here? There's a new addition. Can you see it? Up here? So, I was gonna film me putting it up, but I did it with Philly's stepdad, and I just thought, I'm sure he would have been fine on camera. Sometimes I get a bit awkward about filming people that aren't in the YouTube space. They're great, they love the YouTube, but sometimes you're just a bit like, maybe they don't want to to be on camera. So it's a pulley system, so you just pull it and it comes down. It has room for 3 bits of paper on it. We've got grey at the moment. We've ordered like a yellow orange, that very kind of trendy film colour. So we're gonna have like a cool backdrop for my self-tapes for acting, as well as all the YouTube stuff, which is good. How do you like the new backdrop?
Me or the cat?
Both of you.
Richard, what do you think? What do you think? He says, I like it, it's grey. That looks good.
Yeah, gonna have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is long run day, so let's go finish the week strong. We have 50 minutes on deck today. It's nearly an hour of running. So that is, I think it's nearly back up to where I was in terms of long runs anyway. We are getting there and feeling great. So let's get it. Get out of the way. Get out of my shot.
Alright. Just stroking the cat.
It was 12 o'clock when I picked up the camera last, when I said I was going for my long run. And what time is it now, Philly?
Time you gotta watch.
Helpful. It is nearly 5 o'clock.
It's 4:26.
Okay, it's 4:30. What have we been doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. We've been trying to orchestrate and plan the end of the year. It's lots of moving parts, which Philly will reveal all on her channel when she sees fit. But yes, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of flights, and it gets very, very confusing and very expensive very quickly. And although we have logistically sorted everything and we kind of know what's going on, nothing's been confirmed, so we can't book anything yet. So all fun and games. But if they all do transpire later this year, there's going to be some really fun trips on Philly's channel as well as my channel, because I should be going with Philly to certain places. Not all the places, but some of the places. Oh, I'm being very cryptic. Should we just go for a run? Let's go for the long run! So, as I said the other day, if I run any more than like 45 minutes, I have to go further afield, otherwise I'm just doing laps. So 50 minutes means I can start taking some of my older long run loops, which takes me to a canal. But to get there, you have to run up a really big hill, and you have to do this on the way up, and then you go all the way down blocks, lots of blocks, which I'll show you, and then you have to come all the way back up again, and then down again. So, not ideal for when you're meant to be taking things nice and easy, but we get it done. So that's the turnaround point. 25 minutes, back we go. But it's so hilly up and down. I've forgotten how bad it was. My right leg is not liking this. All right, it's time to go back up the hill. Did we forget to feed you before we both went out for our runs? Here we are again. It's exciting to be getting back up to the mileage I was before. It's interesting. Maybe this is my inexperience of it all, but as I've got back into it, especially this week and last week, I felt like I'm back to my usual self. But I went back in my Strava just to kind of see where I was running long run wise. And I was running for the same amount of time, I was just running faster. But back then I didn't feel, and this is probably my inexperience talking and not feeling these peaks and troughs a lot before, I didn't feel much different. But clearly I was different because my fitness was better because I was running faster. But it doesn't feel like it was any faster. Maybe that's just how it feels. It never feels like easier. It just, you can run faster and longer. And that's kind of the point. Anyway, we are here. It is Sunday. We finished the week on 15 miles. A couple of miles off where I was before the niggle. We're really getting there, and with a bit of a longer session, a few more minutes in the easier runs in the early week, we'll be steaming back up to that 17 miles a week, which is great. I think Philly plateaued me for a couple of weeks back then, but it seems like I'm going to be running a half marathon sooner than I thought. As of recording, we are at 3,120. What? That blows my mind. Firstly, thank you again for all of your support so far. It's been overwhelming, and I'm receiving lovely messages every single day. And again, thank you for your reception of the most recent video about my love-hate relationship with exercise. And if you haven't watched that, go watch it. It's up there, I'll link it somewhere. This video was very much staple week, what I'm doing. Last week was a bit of a story time. The week before was the novelty of the first video, but this is just kind of a plain old week. So put in the comments below if there's anything else that you'd like to see. If you'd like to hear about something else that cropped up in the story time, just what else would you like to see? I'm just gonna do this as a diary, but I also want the feedback from you guys to kind of see what you guys are interested in, what other elements of my training, my life, the businesses, Philly's channel that you want to see. So yeah, just leave any recommendations in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. But again, thank you for all the love. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And as always, I will see you next week, or for me, I'll see the camera tomorrow.